Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of an Undisputed video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about whether or not the 2.0 update for Undisputed made the game better or if it made it worse. Now, for those of you guys that didn't know, we did get a brand new update yesterday alongside a DLC pack and the Championship Edition of Undisputed. And in my opinion, this is one of the most anticipated updates since the game's launch. I mean, everybody was pretty excited and had a lot of high hopes that this gameplay update, or this update in general, was going to be a game changer because it was coming alongside, technically in Undisputed's eyes and Steel City's eyes, a brand new game with the Championship Edition. So let's go ahead and break it down, and then I'll give you guys my opinion on whether or not I feel this made the game better or if it made it worse. And I also want to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section after you guys watch this video as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first things we're going to start off with is the new fighter kits, the new fighter shorts, and the DLC pack. Now, the DLC pack included Manny Pacquiao, it included Edgar Berlanga, it included, Sergey Kovalev, we got Ricardo Mayorga. I mean, we got a lot of new fighters on top, a lot of paid new fighters alongside, the free new DLC fighters. And in my opinion, it was nice, man. The DLC pack was actually pretty fire. I know we all kind of got a little bit of a scare because we seen at the beginning the pack actually being $40, but it turned out, that just for the Senator pack itself, it was only $10. And for $10, it was a really, really good pack. I mean, to get Manny Pacquiao for $10 is actually really, really good. But then to get Sergey Kovalev and Ricardo Mayorga and Edgar Berlanga and, and Vinny Paz and stuff like that, it was a really, really solid DLC pack. And after using Manny Pacquiao, it was worth it. And I mean, there's a couple other fighters that I feel like are really going to be sleeper fighters in this pack that I'm going to be breaking down in videos coming up here in the near future that were really good additions. And then the fighter kits are fire as well. We got new shorts for Sean Porter that look good. We got new shorts for Terrence Crawford that look good. We got new shorts for Ryan Garcia. We got tons of new, fighter kits that came along with the new update and the DLC pack specifically. The only caveat to that was there is a bug right now in the game that's not allowing people to pick different fighter kits because certain boxers aren't being able to be loaded. So let's take, for instance, Terrence Crawford in welterweight right now. He got a new updated character model in welterweight, and anytime you try to select him, he's invisible. And in some cases, you can't even go in and actually select the fighter kit. You can't. You have to use whatever stock model you had before the update because it's glitched. And it's not just with Terrence Crawford. Guys like Deontay Wilder also have this issue, amongst a lot of other people that have this issue as well. So although I like the new fighter kits being brought into the game, it's kind of sad that, we have a bug right now in the game that doesn't allow you to actually select those fighter kits, which hopefully they get on in the near future. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the meaty part of the video, and that's the gameplay updates. The gameplay updates were really, really highly anticipated because we wanted to see how Steel City was going to address some of the issues that we had been asking them. And to a certain degree, they did. The body jab being slowed down is a really, really massive game changer. I played 6 hours on stream yesterday of Undisputed with specifically the DLC boxers, and I can tell you not a lot of people were body jab spamming as much as they were in the past because there is a cooldown on it. It's not huge, but it's there enough for you to get away from body jab spammers and to prevent body jabs from being spammed as heavily as they were before this update. So I thought that was a welcome sight. The physics-based animations are actually really, really nice, man. They really, really are. And you could tell if you pay attention to those kind of things, they're evident straight off the rip. When you hit somebody, their head kind of pops back now instead of somebody getting hit and they just stand still and their head is there. It's a really nice thing to see. It's something that you do have to get adjusted to if you are, whether you're a newer player or an experienced player at Undisputed, because it with shots popping the head back the way that they're supposed to with the physics based, it doesn't leave them open for like multi counters. You know what I'm saying? So like where before this last update, you could hit somebody with a counter, their head would stay still. It would allow you to land 2 up to the head. That's not really a thing anymore. Normally when you hit somebody with a counter shot, it's only 1 shot, and then they go right back to being safe again. So that's something that I feel like I had to adjust to, and that a lot of the people in the community had to adjust to as well. The hook ranges, this is where it kind of gets a little tricky, because I didn't really notice too much of a difference with hook ranges. I'm not gonna lie to you. I played a Canelo Alvarez yesterday. I played him with Vinny Paz, and man, oh man, he was hook spamming like a mug. He really was, man. And it didn't seem like the hook range got nerfed at all, to be quite honest with you. So, that's just my opinion. But then again, I want to hear your guys' opinion after you guys are done watching the video of what you guys think. But I don't feel like the hooks got adjusted at all. And I mean at all. So, hook spamming is still a really big thing in the game right now. And it's kind of sad to see, because I was hoping that, hook spamming would completely be gone and people would actually have to use awareness and like IQ in order to land hooks. But it looks like as of right now that the hooks aren't adjusted the way that we thought they were going to be adjusted, and probably that they should be adjusted. Now, in terms of the gameplay updates, I would say it's pretty solid. The body jab is a big thing. Obviously, there's more to be desired to be fixed in terms of the gameplay updates, like with the loose footwork and the diagonal dodges and stuff like that still being spammed, and the pullback being heavily spammed, especially with crossplay being a thing. And that was one thing that I noticed as well. Xbox cheesers are literally the same as PlayStation cheesers. I thought, maybe Xbox players would be a little bit better, but it doesn't look so, especially with cheesing when it comes to that. But those things still need to be worked on. But in terms of the things that they tried to work on, one worked really effectively, and the other one I haven't really seen a major difference in going overall. Now, the one thing that I am noticing with this gameplay update is desync is still really a problem. It's really a problem. I don't think I've gotten into a fight on the new update where I haven't had bars up at the top. And that's really concerning. It really is concerning. And this is something that I had touched on, and I know a lot of other content creators had touched on. Our worry was, hey, if we can't fix desync and everything was console based, or everything had their own platforms, what's going to happen when we're cross-platforming, and we might be playing somebody that's on an Xbox from the other side of the world? How bad is the desync going to be? And it's proven to be a little bit of an issue. Not a little bit of an issue. It's proven to be a pretty big issue, because every single fight, unless you turned off crossplay, is going to be, you're going to have bars up at the top, which creates desync, which, if somebody's cheesing on top of that, desync creates a whole bunch of punch tracking issues, and it makes for a kind of bad experience. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I played the game yesterday for 6 hours, and it was tough, man. I had a lot of desync going on with the game, but when I do have solid connection fights, the game functions really smooth. It's an enjoyable experience. But obviously, we know desync not being able to be completely eradicated, it's going to be an ongoing issue for Undisputed, and I'm hoping they're going to start getting on top of that more soon, because I know that they can't completely take it out because it's a coding issue, but there are things that can be done to make desync less of a problem than what it is right now, and make the game a more enjoyable experience for the community. So I'm hoping that they get on that rather soon. I'm hoping to see footwork being adjusted, because now we're still seeing people running. And, you know, with the body jab being nerfed, it's harder and harder to find and to land on opponents that are just backing up. It really, really is. And that was one of the knocks to the body jab being nerfed, is, you know, that was a primary way that a lot of people were able to close the distance on runners, was using the body jab. So I'm hoping in the next patch we see something along the lines of footwork actually being slowed down, or, you know, ring cutting actually being a more viable thing and an easier thing to do in the ring right now. But with that being said, did this gameplay update make the game better, or did it make it worse? In all honesty with you, the body jab being nerfed did make the game better, and the physics, the new physics-based animations did make the game better. But as a whole, I feel like it probably created more issues than it did solve them, because now we have more desync being in the game, because now it's cross-platform. And, you know, that's the biggest issue. You know, so desync messes with a lot of mechanics. It messes with your counters, it messes with your punch tracking, it messes with a lot of different things, and now it's more rampant than ever. But I mean, we take the good with the bad. The physics are nice. You know, you're not being hit with 2 to 3 punch counters all the time like you were. Fighters' heads are popping back, so it looks more realistic when you do have a solid connection fight. The body jab is actually, you know, being nerfed. I haven't gotten hit by any quick glitches. I know that there were some people in my chat that were saying that the quick glitch was still in there. And if it is, please send me a video, because you guys know I try to, you know, bring things to Steel City's attention through my videos, and that's one of the major things I want to see absolutely taken out as quickly as I possibly can. And then, you know, with the glitches with the fighter kits and stuff like that, you know, it doesn't make for a good experience. You know, they added these fighter kits that we can't even pick yet, that we can't even choose yet, because the characters are glitched out, the boxers are glitched out. So although I want to say that the gameplay update did make the game better, with all of the bugs and everything that is still running rampant in the game right now, unfortunately I'm gonna have to say, you know, it didn't make the game any better. And in some aspects it made the game worse. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have to be fair, because I know you guys are gonna jump, a lot of you guys jump on my ass about, you know, you need to be fair when things are bad. So I'm being fair. You know, in some aspects they did, with the body jab they did a good job, with the physics-based animations they did a good job. But now we're having a lot more issues than we had before, with desync being a really big problem, and the bugs in the game still being a really big problem. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear your guys' opinion. Do you guys think the gameplay update and the new patch for Undisputed made the game better, or did it make it worse? And as per the usual, I'm going to be trying to respond to every single comment that's left on this video. But that's it from me, my people. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to slap that subscribe button if you're new, as well as slap that like button, so that way this video does get tossed into the YouTube algorithm, and more people get to enjoy the great content that I have for you guys here on the channel. But until next time, my people, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from, and I will see you guys in the next video.